Alright. I do apologize if there's any weird audio things. My usual mic was not plugged in because it's been a bit. But, we are finally returning to Limbus. Specifically, we are experiencing our first Walpurgisnacht, which is the in-game event that only comes up every... like, once every 4 months or so. Something around those lines. It is basically a special event that references the previous 2 games of the Project Moon series. And... God, all of my properties are screwed up. Hey. Sorry about that. New setup, hooray! Anyway, Walpurgisnacht is just a special thing, and it happens to be going on right now, so we'll take a brief detour into that before I actually, start up Intervallo 1. It won't be very long, and because I have streamed Canto 9, or at least the ending of Canto 9 on this channel before, 1, spoilers for anyone who is not caught up with the story. 2, I hope you enjoy. It's a brief detour, but it is a case of I would very much like to showcase the Walpurgisnacht while it is relevant. But beyond that, just give me a hot second for the game to actually load itself up. And I will turn on the co-com, because obviously Dark is waiting around. Come on, work with me. Perfect! Fully functioning game, everybody. Fully functioning game. These things are coated on goddamn potato chips.
Limbus Company.
If you see my screen adjusting, it is because I accidentally messed with the window size at some point, and I would very much like it back to where it should be. There we go. Should be able to see everything properly. Also, in addition to the Walpurgisnacht, it is the 3rd anniversary of the game. I have not been consistently logging in on this account, but bunch of fun stuff here. Yes, we are live. Just give me a hot second, Dark. There we go. Nyenbo.
Hello.
So, I don't know how much you heard on the stream, but we're taking a brief detour before I do the Intervallo to actually show off the Walpurgisnacht.
Ah.
As well as the fact that, there are Walpurgisnacht units! Hooray!
Ooh.
Basically, these are the only thing that are really, quote, time-gated, as they only show up, like, once every 4 months, so, get them while you can. I do have a guaranteed extraction ticket.
Right now, limited time offer.
Who am I getting as my Walpurgis? You know what? We'll do this the slow way. Get through all the 1 stars. Otis. So for our 2 stars, LCCB Rhodian, mid, South Sinclair, already had him. Pequod First Mate Isong. He's actually pretty good. And our Walpurgis unit. Or our Walpurgis anything. Well, vastly superior Isong.
Aw, you just got a really good Yi-song though.
I mean, Isong rarely has bad identities, but Solemn Lament is really good. Like, at least for syncing teams, Pequod is really good for bleed. So they have different niches at least.
Yeah, fair. Still kind of a shame that you get that one is basically rendered almost obsolete the
I
second you
wouldn't
get
say
it.
no. If it was Sinclair, I'd say he was obsolete, but no. Pequod Yusong has his places. Alright, I'm just gonna burn as much as I can to see what we get. Oh!
저를 부르셨나요?
Ah! Liu Ishmael.
네, 무슨 일이죠?
Oh,
Those
really?
noodles look good.
Yeah. Soup dumplings.
I have a coworker who's in Japan currently.
Mhm.
She was at Inari Shrine earlier, and I'm just like, woman,
Sorry.
you're in place Japan. You're getting the ramen. You're seeing the sights. You're seeing the museums. You better bring me a damn souvenir.
Oh,
Or get me some museum shit photos.
fair enough. Lockwork Remnant Faust. I don't know how well she holds up anymore. She was pretty cracked early game, but ah, Harmony Sinclair.
Isn't
One.
that one of the good Sinclairs?
This is an EGO for Sinclair, and he is
Oh,
cracked.
this is what Cromer wanted Sinclair to become.
Kind of.
지금 이 순간부터
And G Corp head manager Otis. I never used her, so I actually don't know if she's good or not. But yeah, Harmony Sinclair. He can do some damage numbers. Brand is going to kill me.
즉 이스마일
Okay, it just took off his Honglu. That's fine.
칭찬받는 거죠?
He's not that great. He's okay.
명령하시는 건 다 따를 수 있어요.
Case in point,
좀까지
a
바라면
technically
곤란하지만
better Bleed Honglu, Kurakuma. Brand is so going to kill me.
고작 그런 결말이었나? 차라리 듣지 않는 편이 나았겠어.
Faint Aroma and Solitude Ryoshu. She is the new Ryoshu. I have yet to use her, so I can't make any snap
You don't
judgments.
even have this one on your main?
Nope. I actually tend to be very unlucky with Walpurgis. It's the only time I really ever pull.
Maybe it's new account kind of luck.
I have no idea.
I think that's just a myth. The whole new account luck stuff.
It depends on the game. Some games actually do probably increase odds for new accounts. This, definite. Okay, got a second song. Song Lamenti song. If I had gotten Myrrh, I think Bran would just come into the room and murder. Bran would just be so mad. But
Damn it, I can't use the sumo sound effect here.
alright. How do I still not have anything for Heathcliff? Straight up, I don't have anything for Heathcliff.
Not even a bad one?
Oh, look at this! Heathcliff is my
That's-
favorite, and I have Jack on this account for him.
Kind of depressing.
A little bit. Let's see here. Solemn Lament. Lockwork Remnant, again, I'm not exactly sure how well she holds up in current status. Give me a second. Paint Aroma Ryoshi, I'll definitely put some shenanigans into her. If I had to pick a Honglu, I'd probably pick Korokumo. Like, oh, thing is, I have Ping Hunt, who is technically even better than Korokumo, but I'm still biased to Korokumo. Leo Ish, fantastic burn unit. Like, just in general, fantastic burn unit. LCV, assistant manager, Rodian, one of the bad Rodians. Early game syndrome for her. Harmony Sinclair, just gonna slap that on him immediately. And then don't have much for Greg. But I don't have much I can do for the dispenser. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff in Walpurgis, and some of these are really, 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 really good. Like, if I had to make any immediate calls for Walpurgisnacht, if you don't have anything, Magic Bullet Otis, Dawn Office Sinclair. Like, if you had to prioritize anything, Magic Bullet Otis and Dawn Office Sinclair. Those two are fantastic in most situations, burn teams especially. Like, I think Magic Bullet Otis by herself is one of the reasons why burn keeps getting fucking nerfed in Mirror Dungeon. For quick reference of what burn does, it is a damage over time that procs at the end of turn. You take X amount of damage for however many turns. So it's like if you have 15 burn, you take 15 damage. The thing is, Magic Bullet Otis kind of doesn't care about what that number is, because whatever that number is, she can multiply it by her Dark Flame.
So it's basically just badly poisoned and like Pokemon, but better.
Kind of, because you can directly influence it. So the thing is with Magic Bullet Otis is that she starts off with 0 magic bullets. Every time she uses her skill 2, she gains 1. If she uses her guard and it procs, she can gain 1. Skill 3, she will gain 1. Up to 7 bullets. Skill 2 caps at her getting 4 bullets. If she has 4 bullets, she won't gain any more from skill 2. Point stands, that's still a lot. And her skill 3 can increase her up to 7. Once she hits 7, she'll reset back to 0. The problem is that Magic Bullet Fire deals 1% damage for every burn on target, max 30%, but her skill 1s and skill 2s, well, all 3 of her skills inflict something called Dark Flame. Turn end, deal value times burn on target. So let's just say you theoretically have 99 burn on a target, and you hit it with Magic Bullet Otis with 5 bullets. What's 99 times 5?
A big number my brain cannot process currently.
Exactly. And the thing is, she can do this every turn, because all 3 of her skills inflict Dark Flame based off of her bullets. So once she hits like 3-4 bullets, which she usually will be at on a competent team, you are doing a lot of burn damage. I have completely decimated things just through the factor that Magic Bullet Otis just does multiplicative burn damage, and burn can stack really stupidly high already. Like, you go from dealing a flat 100 damage every turn to hundreds of damage. And Mirror Dungeon is already its own factor, but like, just it's stupid. And then there's just Dawn Office Sinclair. There is a reason why he is probably still right now one of the best Sinclairs in the entire game that we are allowed to use, because he just deals constant, really, really high damage. So long as you can keep his SP maintained, but the thing is, that's not that hard. Because the thing is, when he is in his volatile state, Blazing Strike, Jesus Christ, that thing melts shit. Like, he has a cap of 120% extra damage. Like, this dude, he does a lot of damage. Like, as long as it's not resistant to burn, he will destroy it. Like, it's really hard to say that any Walpurgis unit is bad. Like, I'm not exactly sure I would ever say any are bad, because every single one of them has a use case. It's just a matter of if I've used them. Lantern Dawn can solo things, because she'll just heal herself forever. She's a slow start, but if you can maintain it, she will just kill things. Idol's Capitano. I have not had a chance to use him yet. Cannot tell you. Knight of Despair Rodian? Jesus Christ. Jong Office Ref? I hope you know how to play
it's the
Hanafuda.
Knight of Despair, so I mean...
Yeah, it is a case of she deals a lot of damage. Jong Office Rep, I hope you know how to play cards. I've heard good things about her. Full Stop, you kind of have to have both of them, but they do a lot of damage. Red Eyes Penitence Ryoshu, she is just really good at surviving. Love and Hate Dawn, she just does a fuck ton of damage. Regret Faust is kind of the weakest of them, and even then, she's really good. Like, it says a lot about Walpurgis units if the worst of them is still good. And that's not even getting into the EGO, which is a mixed bag because of use cases. Magic Bulletotas obviously synchronizes well with Magic Bulletotas. Same thing with Love and Hate Dawn. Sanguine Desire Rodian is just alright. I don't use Wingbeat much, but she's pretty good for surviving on her own. Solemn Lament Greg. Jesus Christ. And Regret Myrrh? He's actually just really good for keeping Myrrh in the fight. Because, remove 2 random removable negative effects. Verso is the only character that can just remove status effects from himself in the entire game. Yes, you do need Regret for that, specifically. But this thing is dirt cheap. like 3 Wrath, 2 Pride, that is really easy to come by, and that is dirt cheap. So it'll just keep Myrrh in the fight a little bit longer. And it does some okay damage. Like, Walpurgis is definitely something you kind of want to pay attention to, and I'm always going to be curious of, like, how that's going to be handled inevitably when this game is done. But also a case of, because we have actually seen the end of Canto 9, I'm just going to show this off with a case of, if you want a Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ! I will not be going out of my way to try and get the shards for this right now, but it is a case of if you just want to delete things, grab Nurse Father Yi-song. He will delete. Like, there's no other way to put it, he will just delete things. But anyway, let us actually get into what the hell the Walpurgisnacht is. Bear in mind, this is the 8th Walpurgisnacht. Each of these did have nice little side stories accompanying them. These will obviously come up as I go through, and I will probably try and remember to actually look at the side stories for the Walpurgisnachts as they become available, up to a certain point, because I have at least personally made a vow that I will probably stop after I clear Chapter 6. Because if you can get through Chapter 6, 1, you are no longer a new player. 2, you'll be able to handle most anything that comes your way. That's going to be the main thing. And I'll probably just, from that point, just pick up the game for stream when new content comes available.
Fair enough.
But it is a case of, I will try and show off the Walpurgis stuff because, these things, despite being considered episode minis, are vitally important. Sadly, we don't get a lot of the fun little side stories of, like, because the thing is that there was technically story content for the first few times that the mirror dungeon changed, which I think is what a notable change is. And there's also stuff for, the railways, but basically after Railway 2, and once we got the third mirror dungeon, they kind of stopped doing those because it's like, yeah, this is just going to keep happening. Just roll with it, please. But it is a case of literally everything in this game is canon. The only things that are technically not canon are the April Fools, because they are not even in Detour Tales, because they are just fun and stupid. And I would maybe technically argue the Arknights event, because it is just now permanently gone. That, and it's kind of that case of, well, nobody remembers it anyway, so it's like, did it really happen? Yes. But anyway.
Canonically, yes.
Canonically, yes, but nobody remembers this. But anyway, I'm gonna take a pre-detour into the Walpurgisnacht because for some reason, even though I have not cleared Canto 9, I am allowed to do this. Alright, thankfully, this will just bump everyone up to at least level 60 for easy mode. At least so you can see the story. It does not fix their upties, or... Oh yeah, it okay, so everyone will be uptie 3, level 60. So...
Nope.
let's put in the strongest things I physically can. You are barred from using Gregor for this. If you saw Canto 9, you know why. If you have not, don't worry about it.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Let's see here. I'll put in Leo Ish. I don't have anything. Keith. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll go with middle little brother.
형님과 누님들을 위해
제가 앞에 서죠.
This story takes place after yes. Alright. There will not be any voices for this, so you're just gonna have to deal with me in general. Can I get 7 number 3 bolts? Number 3 bolts. Bingo. Be right there. We're lolly guy gonna get crockin' lass. We're swamped there.
Behold, hither! I have espied a combination of cracks that much resemble a picture's sigil.
Well, that's right enough out of you, you little... Oh, did you just weave under my smack?
My patterns have become far too predictable.
About 2 days have passed since we wrapped up Operation Spiderpire. The LCD department is still recovering from the aftermath of the assault, and we were assisting where we could with the restoration efforts. Though, I wasn't sure what exactly we were doing here with the facility management team. What the fuck do I do for Hohenheim? I hardly expected to see you again so soon after that. Some farewell that was. Well, it can't be helped that the entire facility management team is currently on PTO. We've been loaned some LCCA personnel for the repair project, so let us make do with them.
I'm surprised they haven't all been dragged back to the office already. What with everything that's happened?
PTO is their right and therefore must be honored. You can't just cancel their time off after signing and approving their requests.
Then why don't we just wait until they're back from their vacays? Come on, we're posting our reports out there just a few days ago, and we're giving us some time off too.
Not with multiple containment units still blasted open. There's no telling when the abnormalities reduced to their ovate forms will return. You understand. Should we face such a case without containment units ready to operate, the entities will be wreaking havoc in our facility yet again, and we will all be dragged back to work, like it or not. I would much rather not deal with another containment breach incident so soon, especially when it's almost certain they will be laying waste to the boxes of snacks we prepared specifically for your return.
How many boxes have you got?
3. All of them 48 by 38 by 34 centimeters in dimension, the largest standard issue box we have. For non-metric viewers, that is about 1.5 by 1 foot sized box. And there's 3 of them. Like, that is like 1 square foot plus some of box. Filled to the brim with snacks.
Well, yeah, but that's also for like 15 people.
Nope, they're all Rhodians now.
A woman after my own heart.
Boy, who do you think you are to tell us what to do? Still, there was no point in arguing with Hohenheim when he was right. No need to needlessly drag out restoring the facility and let the abnormalities loose again. Besides, Gregor was still down for the count.
Alrighty, boys and girls. I got you some cool drinks, so take a quick breather.
You're full of beans today, ain't ya?
Hey, what's not to like? They got snacks I've never even laid my eyes on before. Ooh, and come here, look at this. Ta-da! Look what I found, everyone.
Rhodia declared as she triumphantly held up a small can.
What is that? I don't think I've ever seen that before either. Seriously, you've never had one of these when you were little. Oh, wait, do they not sell this stuff in the nest?
Oh, I know this. Is that shaky then drinky thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I know you'd recognize this, Heath.
Yo, like bloody shut up townies, you know that? Right, take a gander at this. You know, the can's gonna blow up in your face if you keep shaking it like... I know what I'm doing, buddy. Look, I cup this thing and... try a sip.
It's turned into jelly.
I love it.
Shook it so hard it jellified.
He literally said it's the shaky then drinky thing. You shake it, then you drink it. Heathcliff moved from center to center, confidently handing them each a can of well-shaken drinks. And the sinners all responded with varying degrees of astonishment, some of them even giving the can a double take.
This is a condensation of carbonation itself. Its structure compressed into pudding-like forms. Wowzers! It's like they took the juice from a fruit and tapped it into tiny bubbles. It's slightly too sweet, but it's tasty nonetheless. Now this is what I'm talking about. Say, where'd you get these? I couldn't get my hands on this stuff recently.
As we researchers are all rather positively obsessed with new technology, that fixation translates quite directly into addiction to unique products like these. The pleasant flavor gives us a nice extra dose of motivation, of course. Sometimes enough to store them in expensive stasis preservation boxes, just in case we end up craving them in the future. According to our findings, the sudden paucity of this product in the mass market was caused primarily by the significant production cuts of its manufacturing plant. Despite the constant demand, it seems that the maintenance costs were far too expensive to maintain it as a large-scale operation. And you're just giving these royalties to us. Blimey, that's actually the nicest thing someone's done for us in a while. Boy, you ain't half bad, Specs. You're going up in my list. No need to reevaluate the impersonability of my character on my account assistant. They're from Martin's stash anyway. Without an owner to claim them, they were bound to end up collecting dust in a corner, some lost and found box. His spirits truly do exist, and if Martin had indeed chosen to haunt this very spot, I'm certain he would have chimed in to say, "That seems like the reasonable thing to do, boss." Once again, he wasn't wrong, but his palpable lack of concern for the feelings of those around him seemed to suggest that there was indeed no reason for us to reconsider his personality. Bloody hell, mate. You could have at least let that... Oh, I think some of that went down the wrong pipe.
Of course, it's not there to look pretty. I agree with Hohenheim. After all, what use are all these delicacies if we just let them sit and spoil? Don't we get, like, let these tasties go bad, right?
Is it that good? It is good, but it's not that good, executive manager. She is simply a glutton with no regard for flavor. You know, I do feel pretty bad for Dante every time we get a chance to eat something good. What with being unable to eat and all, I don't think it's something to feel bad about. Still, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. Muttering, I looked up to stare at Rhodia. Oh yeah, that really hits the spot. Somebody's stomach, cause I can't. Downing her third can of the drink.
Dante eats via photosynthesis.
We honestly do not know how Dante eats. I don't think it's ever been brought up. Because it's only the head that's been replaced on Dante. Excuse me. That reminds me. I had once cobbled together a gestation simulator as a hobby project. Gestation simulator? Well, as we must all be aware, energy gel is the most efficient form of sustenance. It is tiny, highly caloric, yet unfortunately, makes for quite a flavorless gustatory experience. So, I have devised a gadget that, once a food item is placed and scanned in its flavor analyzer, it transfers its exact flavor profile directly to its wearer. It is rather simple to equip and operate, too. Simply wearing it on your wrist should transfer the flavor information to the wearer, but... I must have misplaced it. I gotta say, that sounds pretty revolutionary for how dismissive you are about it. Like some kind of toy you bashed together. The joy must come from the invention and demonstration of the technology itself. Indeed, my fellows would, following the regular Illuminators' conferences, cast their erstwhile prime inventions into boxes of miscellanea. Decent guess, but you're half wrong. I had indeed intended to distribute it to my team, were it not for that single fault. What is that single fault, you ask? When worn for too long, the device would start recognizing even the mere act of breathing as eating. Every breath I took brought the rush of thick, cloying Basque cheesecake flavor into my tongue. It would normally be a rather scrumptious delicacy. When it taints the very air I breathe, it inspires nothing but nausea in my mouth. And thanks to that, I ended up uncontrollably emptying the contents of my stomach onto the floor. Ugh. But perhaps that should not be a problem for subjects who are not coerced to breathe by their autonomic nervous system, such as your manager. Oh. Does that mean I'll finally get to partake in Rhodia's food critiquing session during our next team dinner? By the looks of it, they seem quite excited about that prospect. Very well. I will begin my search henceforth then. Were these alarms connected to this facility as well?
Indeed. Every location related to Limbus Company is equipped with relevant devices to detect the arrival of Walpurgisnights.
Once the familiar green light and the accompanying alarm began to blare, Faust, who had been wordlessly leaning against the wall with her arms crossed, slowly shuffled towards us. She seemed unusually exhausted, so I thought I might ask her if everything was okay, but...
Have the corridor repairs progressed enough for us to explore the scenario, Hohenheim?
Of course. Contrary to someone who insisted that its frequency is not something we can reliably predict, I had intuited that this odd phenomenon, with a taste for green illuminations, would be arriving soon. Made the corridor repairs one of our high priority goals.
I see. Thank you.
Maybe now's a bad time. That response was indeed most unexpected. Completely breaks the expected behavior patterns.
Dante, let us enter without delay.
Well, okay. It sounded as though Hohenheim muttered something at us at the last second, but his voice was soon devoured by the sinners and their raucous chatter, accompanied by the slurping noise of drinks guzzled down. BAO. Depressing. Yeah. Let's see. We're in the welfare team section. Maybe it's blue all over because that's their main color? This place is pretty big, too. Not as big as Central Command, but this place has got a pretty high ceiling. Wouldn't they have changed the actual colors or interior design of this hall? Different lights, sure. Ain't all these hallways samey looking? Starting to get a bit old for me. I think consistency is a good thing, actually. The library always throws something new at us every visit. There were times we got killed before we even knew what was going on. Forsooth, if our lives be forfeit all the same, wouldst thou not say that they are best spent on new experiences? New experiences such as witnessing color with our own eyes. Hasn't that bloke's blue slice and dice you more than a dozen times, lass? Don't tell me you enjoyed every single one of them. Hey, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't consider your lives to be forfeit all the same. More death equals more pain for me, you know. Well, despite their relative predictability, it is inadvisable to underestimate the former L-Corp's ordeals, as they are also characterized by progressively intensifying danger levels. Danger levels? Indeed. The scenarios first began with the dawn, then it was the noon, followed by the suppression of a raw risk level abnormality. It is obvious that the ordeal following our previous encounter will pose a greater level of danger than the ordeal of noon. Ah, you must be referring to the incrementally progressive pressure we discussed prior, Miss Faust. Yes, following that deductive mode of thinking, this ordeal must be an ordeal of dusk. Blimey, you've certainly got a talent for spectacle. Say, you ain't in the habit of stalling, waiting for dramatic moments to drop important information, are you? Faust does not care for such useless, vain theatricalities. I was clearly joking, lass. Didn't have to be so cross about it. I should probably sort out a few doubts for Faust to go over in our next consultation session. Well, we'd better focus on the ordeal at hand first. Faust, mind shedding some light on it? The time will be dusk, and the color is amber. The food chain is set to appear in this ordeal. The food chain? As in that whole natural cycle of eat and be eaten? Oh, why? Why is it got to be bugs again? While I was still mulling over what Faust had just said, Rhodia, who seemed to have noticed something squirming in the distance, burst into a disgusted, irritated rant. Ever since last time, it's just been one thing after another, trying to gross me out. It's also supposed to be one of
Unfortunately, someone tells me that bugs are going to be a reoccurring and increasingly common thing in future chapters. If you know, you know.
Is this also supposed to be one of the goals of the so-called scenario setup? While still holding the can of jelly drink in her hand. Oh, there it goes. I've completely lost my appetite. Either finish chewing before you speak, or wipe the repulsive grimace off your face if you insist on shoveling the jelly down regardless of the creature's sight. One lapse in decorum at a time. For once, I agree with Otis. Like, we can only afford one lapse in decorum at a time, please. Fortunately, Executive Manager, the entity's movement speed appears notably slow. A meticulous distance measure coupled with a methodical stratagem should allow us to neutralize the target without issue. Right. There's no need to rush. We can just make sure to move faster than those things do. We should be fine. Excuse me.
조용하지?
Bong bong.
언제 가도 믿기지 않아.
Say hello
조용한 곳이
To the Ordeal of Amber.
변할 거란 사실이.
Apparently they are actually officially called Bong Bong. As a fun little aside, Bong Bong is kind of a recurring joke name in the Project Moon games. Like, it's a, quote, default name you can give to your nuggets. And there's one particular appearance of a nugget that has gained traction since Lobcourt named Bong Bong. But apparently the name itself is originally what these things were called back in the original Legacy version of Lobcorp. which is why they're called that now. But anyway, I hope you like bugs.
Not as much as Kazu, but
Who's this aiming at? Mer. And this is aiming at Mer.
예측할 수 없게.
The main thing about these enemies is that they are basically really weak to guns, apparently. But their main thing is that after so many turns they will just leave. So, it's better to get rid of them fast. Jesus Christ.
신뢰팀에서
태어난 곳.
멀쩡한 장비가 남아 있었나 봐.
Dawn is activated.
실용에게
이런
불확실한
제약은
것은 없는데.
회사에겐
Basically, you had to prioritize them if they have this thing marked as 0, because it means they'll leave at the end of the turn.
희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 항상 제자 앞에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라
I guess I'll do this one.
나아가주게.
Dawn. Glass.
보냈고. 미래를 과거와 같이.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지.
Also, yeah, I will at least say I do kind of like
항상 제자압에 너무 집착하지.
the animations the new
이곳의
Ryoshu
목적이
has.
그런 게 아니라는 건
Like if I had to say anything, but I think it's just because Ryoshu has a gun.
oh,
She literally just has a sick. She literally just has a sick shooter. Sorry for that. Ishmael.
편히 쉬시게.
Nice job, Yusong.
그 정도 각오로 부리시고
뜻을 해금하겠네.
One just managed to escape, but that's because Ishmael, you.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 항상
Also,
제자압에
you can
너무
tell
집착하지
by the top, and also it was in the
마.
deployment
이곳의
screen.
목적이 그런 게 아니라면
We are locked to the announcer of Chesed. He kinda doesn't give a shit about what's going on.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께
Jesus.
무덤으로 돌아가라. 태어난 곳은
아무래도 직원 한
Ryoshu is just tearing through these bugs by herself.
I mean,
Like, she is the action economy. Also, say hello to the big one.
이런
The
제압은
big
one.
회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의
oh,
희생이
that is a big one.
It is, in fact, very big.
그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 항상 제자압에 너무 집착하지는 마.
I'm suddenly reminded there was like a
목적이 그런 게 아니라면
SpongeBob special years ago that was literally just called SpongeBob versus the Big One. It was like a entire episode about surfing. I don't know why I just
Oh, you know,
tired.
that's how it goes.
It's been a Monday.
Yeah.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Ow.
It's morning in Japan.
It's morning somewhere. Ow, my nerve. I'm trying to figure out what the hell
클리프트 억지력을
Ryoji
조금
keeps doing that for.
선언을 쏠 거라면
Easier.
미리 말해.
복지팀은 나름대로
저번처럼 말
Gain
없이
petals
씀.
for if the enemy takes taking damage, gain petals able to find
쳐내버릴
aroma.
테니.
Ah, with this... Yeah, I'm not sure why she keeps doing that. I'll have to look into that. That's Dawn's target. Bang bang.
내가 봐주마.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라. 살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께
Jesus
무덤으로
Christ.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 항상 제압에 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있지.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
And then it explodes into more bugs.
곤란하네.
Don't worry, that's supposed to
나는
happen.
어떤 사람과도 잘 지낼 자신이 있지만 관리자님은 예외거든. 관리자님과 희희낙낙하면서 지내는 건 내게도 버겁다.
Just hurry with those. And hopefully she'll blast it into next Thursday.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께
Yeah, that's blasting into next Thursday.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 항상 제 제압에 너무 집착하지. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있지.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Just pop some blood in the last one.
엔젤라님에게 잔뜩 칭찬을 들었겠어?
But alright,
당신의 노고는 이곳을 좀 더 멋지게
that is
바꾸는데
the main
일조할
thing
거예요.
of... Just said
가끔
please shut up.
그럴듯해 보이지만 하나도 재미없는 소리 말이야.
That is the main brunt of the Walpurgisnacht. Like, you just fight those things and that's the event. Right. Anyway, give me a second. It wasn't as complicated as I had thought. Eyes forward. The largest hostile remains standing. Do not drop your guard until it is eliminated. Well, just keep ahead of that plum, break up a turtle, and we'll sort it. And as if the boss was spitting venom that eats you to the bone. Thought, if it was that dangerous, Blockhead would have shook the rest of them all off the lobby for a breather, yeah? Yet, should it be allowed to land but a single blow, that shall be crushed betwixt its jaws in dreadful haste. Young Merceau, too, was consigned to such a fate. I only asked him to slow down so we could proceed more safely. Didn't think it would turn out like that. Feel so bad.
I too found myself on the verge of becoming prey to it, but Marceau's unhesitating interposition spared me that outcome. I am indeed indebted to him.
That several blood on this place is a real sort too. Just said, was it? Keep nattering while we were busy scrubbing. Now that it's over, he switched the radio off just to sort himself coffee.
Maybe it's his way of saying that the best welfare. Maybe it's just his way of saying that the best welfare perk for employees is neglect.
Excuse me, less talking and more helping. Do you mind? I know we all think it's an easy fight, but that thing is absolutely durable, and I have no idea how much more we have to throw at it to get.
Irritated muttering spilling into motion, Ishmael swung her weapon through the air hard against the gigantic bug's carapace. And as though it had been just the blow needed to end it, the creature split into pieces, its bulk crashing to the floor in chunks. And with that... The bulbous engorged orange pustule on the insect's back burst with a sticky, wet pop, spraying its contents all over Ishmael. First green, and now orange. You got a knack for getting sprayed, huh? Are you okay, Ishi? Ugh, no, just stay there. This is nothing. I've been splashed with far worse out at sea. Wait a minute. This somehow smells familiar. That look. What was that? For a split second, her face brightened, just to scrunch up into a grimace.
What? What's wrong?
Use up, Heath. Oh, that stuff even got into her mouth. Just think how awful that must feel. Taste, I mean. You probably can't even put into words. Ugh. No. Someone get over here and give it a taste.
What makes you think we'd fancy a taste of that nasty goo?
No. That's not it. Not being weird or anything. Just... shocking.
Shockingly rank, is it? You're gonna croak from it when I'm daft enough to queue up and join you, yeah?
If you keep kicking it like that...
Oh, darn it!
Heathcliff went abruptly quiet as well.
I've tasted this before.
What?
About an hour back.
Ah. I found aught discarded yonder and thought to retrieve it. His tongue slipped gently between Heathcliff's furrowed stare and Ishmael's irresolute nod. Resting within his hands were sheets of paper. One was a garish flyer
No.
featuring a mascot raising a soda can with an exaggerated smile. And the other was a booklet that seemed to list up how-to-use tips for some sort of device. ICC3 FLO. Bun Bun Juicy Squeezer. Orange Instruction Manual. Table of Contents. Breeding and Feeding. Exterior Carapace Vesicle Harvest. Liquid Extraction and Storage Procedures. So that means...
No.
Yep.
No. It can't be. It can't. The fly. What does the fly say? Go on.
Shake, shake, zing a zing. New launch. Dancing Bun Bun orange flavor, it says. We've seen a can on that flyer before. The same can that's still within our line of sight. The same can that Rhodia's holding in her right hand. The container of Bun Bun's so-called vesicles or pulp. No. No. That can't be right. That can't be. Rhodia! We watched Rhodia unravel, eyes quaking as she muttered to herself. The next instant, the world went dark as though a candle had been lighting our path was snuffed out. We found ourselves back in a familiar place. Ah, you're back. Just in time. Manager, I found the crustacean simulator for you. Powered back to full, along with some minor modifications.
given your anatomical limitation that keeps mastication off the list of your physical abilities. But before we proceed, care to explain the cause of this collective display of nausea?
No, could be right. An alien is not possible.
This one seemed to have completely lost her senses. Was the ordeal more challenging than expected? Oh, that's that's a typo. That's actually a typo. In the text it says, was the ordeal more challenging than expected? Wah.
It's okay. Even the most fine-tooth combs can sometimes miss something.
I mean, they only had like 1 or 2 translators for this entire thing, so...
Yeah, fair.
The ordeal itself was fine. It's just that there was another ordeal we had to... When time permits, I need to research and develop an interpretive device for that clockwork tic-tac. This mode of communication is certainly less than efficient. Less than inefficient. In any case, I took the liberty of installing the dancing bun-bun beverage flavor you requested in the simulator. Try activating the function and see whether you're able to taste it. No thanks. You're shaking your head. Is that a sign of refusal? Yes, I'm good. Sorry, guys. Maybe this will be the only time the absence of mouth feels like a blessing. And that's the Walpurgis event. Like, that's it in terms of story content.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 뭐
I love the fucking not Vault Boy on the advertisement.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of is giving me like Vault Boy at home energy.
A little bit. And the only like thing on the thing you can actually make sense of on the can is that it's called Everything is Fine. Or something like that. Let me go into the detour tales. Yeah, everything is perfect. Apparently that is either the slogan or the actual name of the drink. But I don't think they're gonna be drinking the rest of that jelly soda anytime soon. And it's probably best that they don't tell Hohenheim what's in it. I guess I'll do an extra 10 since I got the tickets.
Oh, you're taking care of that? I'm going to check quick before we start up. But I have been waiting for... I can finally witness it.
I should probably also get myself an actual drink, so I'm gonna BRB, run an ad, and we'll be back. Alright, I'm back. And I did adjust my microphone a little bit, so that'll be obviously more poignant to anyone watching the stream, not so much dark, but you know. Alright, with that all taken care of, we are now able to actually move on to Intervallo 1. Hell's Chicken. We have been waiting for this for a long time. I just love this song, it's so goofy. Alright, give me a quick second to do some stuff. Alright. Alright. Chicken attack.
Chicken attack! Go to drag. Or not drag, fuck.
Godspeed.
Try to dry.
I'm gonna bump up Ryoshu and Ish to be more on par with everyone else. You'll have to excuse me as I have to skip through some stuff. I would love to read the extra stories for these, but I just do not have the time for that. And then she should be at least like level 25, I think. I'll at least put her to level 25. Yeah, that's close enough. And then Bernie Ish.
그렇군요. 더 호출이 잦아지겠네요. 뭐 권법을 더 단련해두죠.
Honestly, if I had to pick an association just based off of the uniforms, Liu is some of my favorites, and I don't know why. Because they're basically just suit. One of these days I'll try soup dumpling. Alright, then at least boost her to level 25. And on to the Chimkin. Because I don't think I have any good Ichio for these idiots because reasons. Yeah, I have like none. You know what? Instead of... No, I'll worry about that later when I can actually...
제가 앞에 서죠.
No, I'll be able to build up the stuff for it. I'll try and show off Harmony Sinclair.
Off the bus, everyone. This is where we're supposed to meet the client for our next mission.
Give me a break. Now we'll take into a class by like for errand boys. Say, what's that over there? It's got a long line in front of it.
Oh, can't you recognize the starring scent? It's fried chicken, Greg. Deep fried chicken brought to a crisp and expensive oil.
It seems you haven't seen much of a Nest Cave. Seems you haven't seen much of Nest Cave. You haven't yet to learn to Bodhisattva chicken. The hottest trend around these parts. A man with a fastidious impression suddenly cut into our sinner's conversation as if he belonged to our group.
Bodhisattva chicken, is it? What is that?
Permit me to answer.
Bodhisattva
Chicken is a highly renowned restaurant known for its six-legged, eight-winged poultry, whose blissful tastes and gracious quantities really make you feel great about compassion. What's more, they prepared for every preference. Buzzworthy bitty with the right amount of tenderness, chubby capon with plentiful flesh to dig into, the chewy cockerel that's perfectly al dente, and more. Now tell me, what do you want? I may have heard of it erst.
Isn't this a surprise? All you song of all people is keeping up with the fights from under his rock.
So what are you supposed to be? Can't hazard a guess you don't know who we are either, seeing as you brazenly shot yourself in while we're talking.
우리가 그래서 누군데?
Can you even explain who we are? Gracious, what could those things roaming around the restaurant possibly be? They don't appear very normal to me. Turning around, I spotted rather strange-looking people with just as strange behavior. Is that K-Corp staff? What are they doing? I see individuals covering their heads with strange masks. Maybe they're some kind of mascot? Could be pretty cute when we look up close.
그 마스코트를 보고 손님들이
Those mascots have people running and screaming though? Seems a bit off. But let's leave them be. Doesn't look like they're coming this way. I don't particularly feel like getting wrapped up in something bothersome. You're right. They aren't necessarily approaching us. Just what are you up to with that rock from the roadside, mysterious fella? What in the world did you do? Hit by the rock, started looking around, then it began to slowly shamble in our direction. Yikes.
So they're basically a mix of brain slugs and head crabs.
Little bit. Also, I just noticed a rendered error on our mysterious fellow here. Interesting. Yikes, I've made such a clumsy mistake. What will we do?
뻔뻔하네.
Likely story, Koziol. You'll have straight for its head. I forget what Koziol means, but she's basically like calling him like a goat-headed idiot or something like that. Like she's insulting him. But I don't remember what Koziol means. Wow, your form was impressively stable. Why, thank you. I once aspired to be a big city baseball player.
그럼 그대로 대가리
I'll play ball with you, alright. Stay right there so I can knock your noggin out of the park. You're approaching faster now. Shouldn't you deal with them first before working up a slugger with my head? As Ryoshu fiercely reached for her sheath, those things came right for us.
잔머리네요.
They have chicken heads.
딸기네.
Well, chickens.
그것도 생달기네요.
Raw ones at that too. It's like the ghosts of dead chickens clucking back from hell for revenge. So, the crazy thing is because Sinclair left a chicken wing uneaten that one time since it was a hassle to get the meat off. Can't think of anything else we might have done to call up Pen Havoc. Teasing like that won't get into me anymore, you know? Besides, how do you lick that one clean anyways? It appears that combat is going to be our sole recourse. So why is this guy taking cover behind me then? Before I could complain further, the chicken-headed crowd attacked us. Confused, K-Corp checkpoint security. Yeah, I'd say they're pretty confused.
잔무에.
So Dark, how do you feel about chicken?
예측할 수 없게.
거기까지. 그 정도인가?
The Dark seems to have decided he does not want to be part of this anymore.
Sorry, I had to step away quick. Unexpectedly. What happened?
And the question is, how do you feel about chicken?
I love it. Tasty.
How do you feel about head crab chicken?
I grabbed my sword, I grabbed Dad's gun, I grabbed my ball peen hammer. I keep underneath my table.
Right. Now that's been all sorted out. Why don't we get back to the point, friendly four-eyed stranger? I must object to such a moniker, especially so when it comes from a fellow glasses bearer. Is that so?
미안하게 될 수다.
Sorry about that, I guess.
신원 같은 기본적인
Basic personal information, such as one's identity, can be easily acquired from the registration of one's death. Ah, I did neglect to introduce myself. Here's my business card. You may call me Samjo. Disregarding the growing hostility surrounding him, the man handed us his card straight away. Also, I just now realized that Mur's solution to figuring out who the fuck this guy is to kill him. Like, Mur's first thought is, we should kill him. Like, what the hell, Mur? Anyway.
I mean, given his source material.
Yeah, but just really funny that, like, at this point, there's no reason for him to be the guy that's like, why don't we kill him? Like, that's a Heathcliff answer. Okay, Corp. Affiliate of the Department of Food Resource Development Research. Thought we'd be fooled by a bunch of big fancy words. Of course. Persuasion and explanation are where I excel, so please stay calm and listen. I was most impressed by the feats of your battle just moments ago. In particular, the instances where you continued to assault your foes in blatant disregard for a dying colleague nearby. Few others even laughed at the sight. Friend or foe, those who dare impede must be promptly removed. Otis replied to his remark with a look full of pride, even though it didn't sound close to a compliment at all. As you can see, those chicken heads of unknown origin, which are occupying this restaurant's front, have been causing considerable damage. So what? The venue's manager has also been bedridden until just now. Another man with a haggard face tottered to us, making it somewhat apparent that Samjo wasn't lying about the restaurant's owner falling ill with worry. You may speak now. So, things have been... A fry house opened a few months ago just across from Moon Bong's bar and fryers. I'm trying to recognize his voice actor. I think it's Hong Lu? I'm not sure. Anyway. Our franchise offers generous servings of good-tasting food using poultry with a supreme pedigree, so it was natural that we would draw all the customers from Moon Bong's. One day, out of the blue, the owner of Moon Bong's started acting real strange. Losing his customers supposed to have shocked him or something. Now he's trying to ruin all our businesses. I mean, it's just not uncommon for competitors to throw jobs at each other, right? As if to attest to the restaurant owner's woes, screams echoed from the other side of the street. What the hell? As the supposed owner of Lunbong swung his arm while muttering something, the chickens responded in unison. The raw chickens jumped at people. What in the world? Is he commanding the chickens? That's definitely strange behavior. How spiteful does someone have to be to resort to that kind of stuff? I don't know if they're augmented or what, but those plucked and prepped hens would break into a restaurant and destroy things. And now there's people wearing those chickens on their heads too. If this keeps up, our restaurant's gonna lose so much money. Such is his feathery song. Oh, I just now realized why Isung chimes in here. Yeah, like, yeah, literally in the Korean audio you can hear Samjo say Isang, which is why Isang chimes in here. You heard his name. This has been his tear-jerking reflection. Would you be willing to deal with the case? That ruffled your feathers, huh, Isang? You're joking or whatever. We still don't take requests from a chicken. A lifetime voucher? Handle this request, and I'll offer you groundbreaking benefit. The right to free orders from this restaurant for the rest of your lives.
A lifetime voucher? I've never heard of such a... I have even prepared a few free samples for you. What? Samjo personally distributed pieces of fried chicken that he suddenly had his hands on. Now, stand in line and keep things orderly. I brought samples for different pedigrees, so you're free to pick and choose. Each one comes with a unique brand of tastiness, demonstrating its strengths in different cuts of meat. Must I only choose one flavor to taste? They all appear equally in gustatory greatness. Let me suggest this then. Leave the other flavors as something to anticipate for your future meals. Won't be a problem once the lifetime voucher's in your hands. Oh, indeed, it's an infallible proposition. Team Samjo has...
Unfortunately, knowing these idiots, they're gonna fuck it up to lose that reward somehow.
It seems Samjo has won the hearts of most of the sinners with his compelling words and fine poultry samples. What do you say? This might be the first time I've seen Heathcliff go quiet at someone's words. That's not half bad at all. Hello? Are we supposed to be looking for golden bows, not golden drumsticks? Since when did we... Didn't you hear him? We're dining on free crispy chicken forever! It doesn't have limited use, right? It's actually free chickens forever, right? Yeah? Takeout counts too? Oh, this takes me back to older days. What if anyone remembers it? You know, Hum Pom Pom's freshly fried chicken that was toast delish. I still do. I'd have a cheeky one with the lads whenever our syndicate earned a proper labradosh. The developers advertising their own restaurant. Also a little bit of Heathcliff lore for ya. Miss Faust, can you have them cut the crap already? Shouldn't there be some company clause against fried chicken requests? Faust was deep in thought by her lonesome. Alright, we will take your request. Excuse me! This might also be the first time I've seen Ishmael taken aback to this extent. I'm sorry, Faust, but did you go out of your mind for a second there? Yeesh, Ishmael, no need to be so biting there. It's hard to say. Faust's mind tends to be out there most of the time. Guess we're all right and chummy for once, eh? Faust, are you serious? You're taking a request of a free chicken? To be more precise, this should resolve a case of the distortion phenomena, Dante. Distortion phenomena? Distortions? What are they? It is a term I'm sure is unclear to most. Although it has been occurring all around the city, no official announcement of the phenomena has been made to the general public. To my knowledge, it is a phenomenon where an individual morphs into a form often unfit to be considered human. It has no known causes, and the appearances were all different. That doesn't make it clear enough. Are they like abnormalities? Not exactly. As unlike abnormalities, they do not shrink into eggs. It is possible for them to fully expire. I have witnessed a number of cases in the past. Our company has the LCD, a department housing consultant fixers dedicated to matters regarding the distortion. Though its size is small, it nevertheless signifies the company's interest in the phenomena. So the owner of Limbus has turned into one of those distortion things? That's correct. One does not simply gain the ability to lead an army of raw chickens by losing their mind. I see. So that's what it's about. Oof. I almost got worried that I might have to knock some sense back into you, Faust. Is that why you were clutching your mace so tight, Ishmael? Rightly so. We must act before this motion results in any casualty. Oh, you got so... What's on your face, Chiquita?
Watch this rodeo wipe Don Quixote's mouth clean.
그럼 의뢰를 수락한 걸로
I'll
알고
take that as a yes.
답을 기다리고 있다.
And we'll be waiting for your contact. So what's your opinion of Samjo?
Restaurant owner who really is just trying to seemingly run an honest business and just wants to cook chicken. That last part I definitely believe 100% of the way through.
Very
Something
kind
tells me
person.
they may or may not be part of the reason why there's bongies.
Nothing better than some good chicken. Yeah. I will not argue with good chicken when it is good chicken. Honestly, one of the local grocery stores has really good baked baked deli chicken.
That sounds good.
Good job, Greg. Also, I guess as a fun little thing for this particular stage, if you pan it all the way to the right, you can see a hum pang pang. This team I call Random Bullshit Go. Most of my teams I use in story are usually of this caliber. It's just a little bit of everything. Listen, Roland ain't here to judge my ass. I can do whatever I want. If this were a mirror dungeon, I would definitely try to coordinate my teams a little bit more, but for story fights, I usually don't go for that. This is not very this is this and that is that. Listen, man, Roland ain't here to judge my ass.
I mean, fair. You did say your entire purpose is see how far you can get without having to spend money on.
Yeah? So whatever the game gives me, I have to figure out how to use. And to be fair,
You've gotten some pretty damn good stuff.
yeah,
From
like,
the sounds of it.
I mean, considering how late this account has been made, these units are going to be really cracked for these early story fights. Like, the only thing that doesn't really matter here is fucking Heath. But that is because you will take
You
Heathcliff.
somehow haven't got a single Heath yet.
I haven't gotten a single Heathcliff unit, and also if you look at my little guy, you can see that I just really, really like Heathcliff. Yeah, I'm aware that you can get to like Kanto 6 without pulling, but it is a case of pure curiosity has gotten me. Because I'm aware of like the one mad lad that was doing this entire game only with the base LCD units, and basically the only hard walls were Kanto 6 and LCE checkup. So it's like, no, this game, especially if you go in with late game units, yeah, no, a lot of these early fights are just gonna be blown through. But I'm also doing this as a bit of a refresher for stuff. Handles chicken. Yeah, I guess for a general case, I'll just kind of go through all of the units I do have, because it's kind of a case of it's a mixed bag right now. But it is just a case of I literally don't have anything for Heathcliff, and that makes me sad because I love Heathcliff. Hello,
Hey,
Snowy. Thank you for the gift and sub. What are we supposed to do to resolve his distortion?
간단해요.
It's simple. Val seemed to have a habit of prefacing her expositions with a disclaimer about their simplicity. What we will do is open up the heart of the distortion. Yeah, I'll check those in a hot sec. Disarm their mind's guard and coax them into opening up. Just undistort.
Just undistort, bro.
Basically. I see. Do we remove the scapula first, or perhaps the sternum? A physical revelation of the heart. An interesting proposal. First off, we should probably visit that Unbong's place to figure out some things. Raw poultry is walking around. That can't be hygienic. They look like the things that were on those people's heads earlier. I don't know what they are, but we shouldn't get too close to it. Unfortunately, I had forgotten that around 80% of the sinners valued my suggestions less than the cooing of a random pigeon on the roadside.
Don Quixote, Heathcliff, Hung Lu.
No Hong Lu listens. If you can last long enough in life without listening to voices in your head, surely you can ignore the one whispering sweet nothings.
Well, yep, well, I called one of them.
So we're gonna free chicken for life after we're done walking these pullets, eh?
Otis.
No, Otis unfortunately listens. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, because Otis
Bootlicker.
has Sir Yes Sir syndrome.
Cute. Let's stab. I get it. That one was slice them all bare. Provoked, the raw chickens leapt into the air. Heathcliff's face was then devoured by one of them. Heathcliff? Heathcliff stood in silence with the raw chicken adorning his head. It was quite the sight, much to my terror. I think I like Heathcliff better this way, you know? He actually seems intelligent now. Oh, of course. What do we do, Dante? Wait, quick, your clock! But then... Nothing would stop me from rewinding here. But the problem is... What if my head turns into a chicken while the clock's working? SD. Same difference! Clock head, chicken head. They're no different, so I don't get being huffy over it. It looked like Sinclair was the only one actually worried about Heathcliff.
Ironic.
Mr. Heathcliff? Are you alright in there?
Heathcliff punches him in the nuts. He's fine.
Say, why don't we keep him as our mascot if the thing never comes off? What's the deal with you and mascots anyway? Oh! Nature has hidden! Heathcliff is communicating with the other hens! I'm just letting the goddamn chickens speak for themselves. Heathcliff's become quite the chatterbox. It appears that the chicken sitting on his face is using his mouth to communicate, rather than Heathcliff himself. I cannot leave Sir Heathcliff in these straits. I had wished to cosplay with him as two fixers there are at the end someday. We would only be subject to mockery if he were to engage in the mummery with that chicken head. To avoid the gathering crowd, we shoved Heathcliff into the interior of Wumbong's barn fryers and followed behind him. I can't stand his clucking anymore. I'll bring him back to his senses sharply. Otis grabbed the raw chicken on Heathcliff's head with one hand and began to slap it ruthlessly with her spare. Furiously.
the sound of the impacts were comparable to when she was interrogating a captive enemy. I don't see him ever recovering on his own. This leaves us no choice. I will remove the chicken head as a whole. Is it really okay to yank it off like that? You might peel his face right off with it. Grow a backbone. Even if his skin were to be removed, it's perfectly fine, as our executive manager is here to handle it. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dante's here, so I mean.
No, seriously, it's not really fine for me, Otis. And I can't just... Despite her opposition, Otis began jostling the chicken with all her might. I heard something tear. Didn't actually come off, did it? Huh? Honestly, that really does just sound like they started strangling Ego's voice actor. Back with a soldier. Oh, what's with this balmy soup in my mouth? Keith, you were having some serious discussion with those chickens. Talking weird stuff, remember? Huh? I'll just say it. I think I did hear some gabbing in my head. What were they on about? Some sort of recipe goodness, I guess. Was the cornerstone of this area. But once it was gone, he stopped getting customers. When the master started acting off, it affected us all. Did you just say those chickens were us? Bugger, I'm still recovering from those head ends. This is confusing. That's what you decided to call them? If the distortion happened because he lost his recipe, then maybe we can somehow recreate it for him? You've gotten close enough to an answer. Though much about the distortion remains unknown, one of the noted particulars is that it occurs when the good and evil... No, when the mind crumbles to figurative pieces. Sounds like you just pivoted away from good and evil because that version would get too long for you to bother. For instance, let's say that Hong Lu held a belief he was certain would be an unchanging constant as he lived in the city. Or it could be a hope for some other psychological sustainment that he has supported his life. If that support suddenly collapses in a massively shocking event that causes one to let their ego go, his mind would crumble, so to speak. Well, I could see that happening. Well, could be so shocking for a well-off cost like you, getting your privy purse snatched away. Oh, no, I never received an allowance. There was no need for such a thing when I could spend any amount whenever I wanted. Really? What else is it then? I thought I knew, but I can't seem to elaborate on it with words right now. That makes a lot more sense in present time. To return to the point and sum things up, the distortion is a phenomenon that arises from deeply personal and psychological shock. The affected will have walled off their heart with a solid defense. This wall has to be brought down using methods that the distorted would approve. And in this case, the distortion would want chicken-based cooking, right? Gregor took a confident step forward after saying that. I cooked up a good few meals using leftovers and cans from my comrades in arms during the war. Those traumatized soldiers were moved to tears by my dishes as they gobbled up the stuff. Hey now, is it just me, or did I hear somebody scoff at that? How droll. What does a CF know about cooking? You'd be better off flipping hamburger patties with your pincer. Oh, if Mr. Gregor opened a business, he'd be a boss with big meaty claws. To this day, I am convinced this is an intentional joke. I am convinced this is an intentional reference to the fact that in the Korean audio, Gregor is voiced by Mr. Krabs. This is not a joke. Like, I have not actually heard what he sounds like in that version, but I am convinced that this is actually a reference to that fact. Ryoshu, that's short for calling furball, isn't it? But I'll say, I do like the idea of being the guy with big meaty claws. My head just got a sting. A true chef follows their tongue and blade. Could you really say that food haphazardly mashed together in a war zone is real cuisine? Oh, that's one for the cookbooks.
Be surprised. I've seen some pretty damn good military grub recipes.
Considering what Greg has admitted to what he has made, being scraps and canned reserve, I don't think it's that good, dude.
Oh no, in this, definitely not.
Miss Ryoshu. She's speaking with full words for once.
Sounded cool, but I'm not sure you want to be giving out advice. Actually, hold on. Have you even cooked before, Ryoshu? Obs. I have crafted dishes on a level that you as a trifling cook couldn't dare imagine. Okay, now I'm starting to get mad.
Let's see, then. I'm on Shu's side.
Why are we splitting up into teams now?
I mean, it's fun.
And why did you end up siding with her?
Greg, darling. I've been stuck too close for too long. Why don't we try a little distance just for today?
Heathcliff, having shaken off the dizziness, walked to Gregor's side. So we win by pulping it up, eh? No, we aren't crushing anyone with force. You admit defeating your men canned food. You're a disgrace of a soldier. For your reference, I must prefer instant foods. That reference is just a preference. This is childish, really. You guys seriously want to take sides over this?
Tell us. Why don't you tell us? What side are you, Ishi? If you had to choose between Greg and Ryoshu to serve food for us sinners.
Don't you try and coax her. I know Ishmael and I have been thick as thieves since early on. In spite of Gregor's confidence, Ishmael's face and posture betrayed a sense of awkwardness. Ishmael? Sorry, Gregor. But if it's canned goods we're talking about, ain't more than I ever want on the ship. Come on, why don't you look me in the eyes, Ishmael?
I mean, I actually kind of feel a bit bad for Gregor with that one.
Ishmael took
I feel like if it was in any other situation, Ishmael totally had Gregor's back.
I feel like if it would be any other situation, she'd be like, I'm not on any team Heathcliff's on. That would be her argument. I'm not gonna be on the same side as Heathcliff. Ishmael took a few sluggish steps backward to stand next to Ryoshu. Her eyes never looked up to meet Gregor. Even though there wasn't much rapport to begin with, I could hear what little trusting bond existed between the two fall apart. Don Quixote had glued herself to Gregor's back before I noticed. Her face was off color.
As a matter of truth, while we were banqueting upon skewered chicken on the bus, I bore witness to that woman's most awful deed.
What'd you do with the chicken kebab?
That is, nay, I cannot begin to put it to words.
Ah, well, you saw it, did you? That was a secret technique of mine to bring out the Dakochi's ultimate flavor. Don Quixote shuddered violently. Soon enough, Hong Lu went to Gregor's side with a sparkle in his eyes.
It would be a unique experience to try dishes comparable to pet food once in my life, right? I'll be rooting for you, Gregor.
Right.
그거 참 고마워.
Thanks a lot, Honglu.
Honglu stood behind Gregor, wearing a kind smile on his face.
파우스트.
Faust, I can count on you of all people to make a rational choice, yeah?
I don't know. As Faust, can enjoy a risky venture from time to time.
With that profound remark, Faust took her place behind Ryoshu. I really don't get it. Why are we splitting our group into opposing teams? Hey, chick. Pick a way to survive or buzz off. Chirping hesitation isn't cool, kiddo. Then... Sinclair, you might be linked to Ryoshu on a spiritual level at this point. Ryoshu's ruthless remark made Sinclair trudge to her side. Isn't it unfair to threaten him to join you? That's cheating! I shan't choose. And instead, I humbly await your selection. Don't need that. You take it.
You're kind of cutting out of it, Ari.
That might be Discord. Because I don't have anything going on the Twitch side. Yisong was placed on Gregor's team without him moving a muscle. Lastly, Merceau quietly stood behind Gregor. Merceau? I'm a little touched. I know we never got to talk much, but you still decided to come and stand by me in my time of need.
Because it's balanced. Only because it's balanced, isn't it?
I have only done so because joining a team with fewer members would set the balance right.
Poor Gregor.
Literally, it's a case of they're either against Gregor or there's nothing better to do. Like, no one's for Gregor. It's either they're against Gregor or or just stupid. Like, Yisong didn't care. Ryoshu just didn't want him. Like, the only one that is, like, supporting Greg is Honglu, and he's still being Honglu about it. Some will proclaim that they saw tears well up in Gregor's eyes at that moment. With the teams decided, we entered the Chicken of Lunbongs, looking for a suitable place to cook. It had become a long-neglected mess with traces of foul rampage. However, Ryoshu and Gregor kicked stray plates and utensils out of their way like it was none of their business, and then took their spots. Hang on. Are we allowed to do all this in someone else's restaurant? It's a Raff's, so why care? You can't call it a restaurant or a fate to shut. We're trying to help. Yeah, our goal is to deal with the distortion, isn't it? An angered flock of chickens fluttered into... An angered flock of chickens fluttered to intimidate the sudden intruders, but much to their dismay. Get in my way and you're all getting chopped. You guys look more in sync now. The only time Ryoshu and Gregor will agree is the chicken is in my way. Chicken! Head chicken! Also known as monkey! I will go over this observation once because it's one of my favorites. I shall now begin to describe those cute yet bewildering things. They are typically naked. Awkward though it is to describe those things as entities of note, but nevertheless. Think of them as raw chickens, well prepared for cooking, adorned with a pair of round, plump eyes. Behold their adorable behind. Oh, do they reek of sweets and salts when they charge in. Some taste of spicy seasonings, and some harbor the flavor of soy sauce. Though the teeth on their maws may prick the mouth, 'tis inconvenience worth enduring. Wait a minute. Is that why I saw you mumbling sometimes? You took a bite out of them? You didn't actually eat the raw chicken meat, did you? Poultry? And poultry may cause infection when consumed uncooked. Please refrain from adding unnecessary strain to the manager outside of battle. Oi, Don Quixote! Don't got anything to say about this. She must think we will not recognize that this log is hers if she doesn't confirm it. Come on, she can't possibly have her head in the sand like that. Who do you think she is, an ostrich? Don Quixote has eaten a bungie. In fact, she has eaten multiple bungie. But look at these little dudes! They're just
Thank you,
jabbing.
Esquire! It tastes like chicken! It is chicken.
Don Quixote, you probably should be eating.
delicious!
No, chickens look like chicken.
So, now that we're in combat, I did look up a couple things. Mainly, I wanted to hear the comparison between... Basically, I just typed in Korean Mr. Krabs.
Mm-hmm.
But I also found a few things. Apparently, Don Quixote is Megumin from Konosuba.
Yeah, I think I know that one.
Ryoshu is Lumine from Genshin Impact, and Shinji from Evangelion.
Okay, Shinji is kind of funny. Did I get wax on this? Whoops.
And our good buddy Rodian, she is Jacko Valentine.
Okay, that is kind of cool. Yeah, bearing in mind of the Limbus voice actors, of a comparative note, Don Quixote is the newest of the talent. She only started in 2018. Gregor is obviously the oldest of the talent, because I think he actually got started in the 80s.
Sorry. In addition to being Mr. Krabs, he is also Uehara from Bleach and Soul Bad Guy.
Okay, that's kind of funny that he's so bad guy. I might have to keep I might have to keep those two in mind. Frickin' Rodian being I think you said Jacko. Like, I think you said Rodian was Jacko, or was that Ryoshu?
Rodian.
Okay. I'll have to try and keep that in mind. Also, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna take another quick intermission before we deal with this cutscene.
Yeah. I'll plop this in your DMs. Eh. Ow. Frick no. Ugh. Definitely a Monday.
Alright, I am back.
Alright.
Okay, now we can continue with the fun shenanigans. Ryoshu and Gregor radiated a burning viciousness. Is this murderous aura supposed to be part of the culinary experience?
그딴 레시피 따위.
What recipe are you gonna show? Marked and crapola? There's no dish that beats the taste of survival.
어이 노랭이.
Hey, champagne hair, give me a hand. Okay. Your son. Sorry, could you open this can for me? As you so wish. The sights and sounds filling the kitchen seem to at least somewhat proper. I can hear knives hitting cutting boards, broth boiling up in pots, and fire sizzling on cigarettes. Huh? Why do I hear smoking in the kitchen? The two remained silent. Of course, as expected, the sound of a cigarette being snuffed out only came from Gregor's side. Health code violation after health code violation. On top of the health code violation that is the restaurant. Chicken, Smells chicken-palooza. Bungy. Bungy, 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 bungy. I don't know.
제가 앞에 서죠.
Look at them dance. They're going bungy.
예측할 수 없게.
The chickens are dancing. Chickens are rebelling.
I mean, look what they did to Heathcliff.
Gee, Heathcliff, how come your manager lets you have 2 chickens?
It's just the bungy on his head.
Because this thing nearly took off my bloody face, you idiot.
사고될 시간이다. 잔후에.
Ishmael. Thank you. It's a chicken. Ryoshu. Chicken. It's a goddamn chicken.
내 뒤로. 거기까지. 그 정도인가?
운명적인 죽음.
Still really weird just seeing Ryoshi with a gun.
내 뒤로. 이 정도 위험 요소 제거.
Good job, Greg.
최선의 방어는 역시 공격이지. 전투 방패라고 들어봤어? 천천히 가자니까.
I stared at Gregor's dish for a good while. What, is this, Gregor?
밀리터리 서바이벌
Mit-
음식.
A military survivalist meal. Or something like that. Do they really eat this in the military?
관리자 양반.
Look, Manager Bud, didn't you say you're an amnesiac? Since when were you such a delicate food critic, huh? Gregor lost his usual calm demeanor and suddenly snapped at me. I looked at Ryoshu serving next. I felt like I was looking at a brand new work of art. As in, I had no idea what it was supposed to be. Ryoshu? Just to make sure, you didn't mistake our objective with assassinating the distorted restaurant owner, did you?
각시
STCU.
닥쳐.
She wants to shut the clock up. Heathcliff and Merceau had caught the owner of Ombong's and put him in a seat in the meantime. We started by feeding him Ryoshu's cooking.
뒤틀림의 언어는
The
Chicken head.
반복되는 패턴과 음료를 기반으로
The distortion's language is difficult to parse. It will take me at least 70 hours to decipher it based on the speech pattern and cadence. That long? I can't be frying chickens for all that time. Wait. I think I can hear his voice in my head?
흥미롭군요.
How curious.
지금까지
This could be due to the influence of the golden balance we've collected resonating with Manager Dante's head. Ugh. I think I just heard a staggering statement, but the owner's cries are too distracting.
저자가 뭐라고 하는 거지?
What is he trying to say? A funeral procession in my mouth. Is your cooking theme poultry apocalypse? He asks.
좋아.
Right.
오늘이야말로 그
Today will be the day I rip that clock from its stem. I was just relaying his review.
그럼 둘이
That the
사이좋게
two of you can go to
보내지.
hell together. Got too cocky, eh, Ryoshu? Confidence is good and all, but it's no match for a hard-boiled experience. Alright, guess it's my turn. Open wide now, pal. He's starting to open up his art. He's wondering if it was sludged up from the food waste dumpster outside. Looks like both your dishes failed. The owner and his chickens came at us with growls, as if to express their master's anger in full. I don't know which one of those is technically considered worse.
Honestly, I think Ryoshu's probably would be the worst one.
Poultry apocalypse. Ishmael, it is a chicken.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가.
Like, imagine you got in a fight with a raw chicken and you were losing.
Now, if it was a chicken that's alive,
somewhat understandable. Chickens can be mean.
But yeah, if the chicken is dead,
Or should be.
거기까지.
Also, I love Store 27. It's my favorite brand.
어떠냐?
실형에게 불확실한 것은 없네.
내 뒤로. 위험 요소 제거.
Oh man. Oh yeah, Papa Bungie starts with lower HP because that food was that terrible.
yeesh.
Literally starts with fucking only 60% HP because Ryoshu's cooking is that freaking terrible.
순식간에 끝내죠.
Done. Thank you. Bang bang. Ow!
아프잖아.
Hate that move. It sounds so funny, but I hate that move. Keith, you can smack the bungie.
순식간에 끝내죠. 제가 묻었네요.
Cow!
각오될 시간이다. 잔우에.
이 숫자는 뭐야?
What are these numbers?
다섯의 기회 중
It may be an indicator,
이런
alerting us of squandering 2 out of 5 opportunities. I guess each team can prepare another dish then? How's that sound? And just like that, thus began Limbus Company's petite cooking competition. Right, now, let's assign each of us a role. Now we'll make a difference, but... Say, Hung Lu, have you ever seen a kitchen before? Oh, my room didn't have any kitchenette. Though I did sneak into the grand dining hall on the second floor a few times for snacks when I was a kid. Next up, we have Isang. Wasn't he the only one who came out fine when we drank that spoilt milk the other day? The smell was a sensual one, permeating my pulmonary depths. We don't know what's wrong with Isang. Don Quixote, something wrong with your throat. What say you let me take the mantle? She said this with a bashful expression, her hands behind her back. Don Quixote, this isn't time for kids stuff. I'm no child, and why am I denied the chef's place when Sinclair is allowed to do such on the other team? The chicken is chopped too unevenly. You should cut them better. Keep your back straight. Right. Okay. Kiddo, it's a bit bland. I think I could use a teensy bit more sweetness. Sweetness? Let's see, where's the sugar? Based on what Faustus...
Sugar on chicken?
You'd actually be surprised. That, like, I think Korean fried chicken actually does have a little bit of sugar in there. Like, yeah, adding sweetness to, like, Korean fried food is not that uncommon, actually. That and, like, sugar and soy sauce kind of helps balance the sweet and salty. Like Frodian's actually onto something.
Based on what Faust is saying, the heat needs to be pitched up one notch.
저건 안 돼.
That one's hopeless. The knife grip is all wrong.
다들 그러지
Why don't you all stop being backseat chefs and actually help? I mean, you could definitely trust Sinclair to take on that kind of stuff. His palate should be a good enough judge, too. Growing up in a wealthy family and all.
잠깐. 왜 나한테
Now why the tech? Wasn't anybody giving me any suggestions? Watch, I can cook an egg. Bloody hell, why is this damn fry pan heated? Almost killed me dead. Everyone watched as the pan Heathcliff threw hit a wall and broke into pieces.
이 식당.
This restaurant reeks of mold and other unclean stains. It is likely that the kitchen has been left unattended for at least 140 days.
차라리 밖에서 요리를
Cooking outside may be more sanitary to the current situation.
나도 시켜주세요.
I'm Pooty. Give me permission to cook.
How dare you mess up our kitchen? You'll reckon with our wrath for your foul deed. It just felt like that's what it was saying.
Come on. Keep it together, Gregor.
You really gotta feel bad for Greg and all this. Like,
Yeah.
like he's not getting any respect.
모처럼
Then
괜찮은
fucking
일수를
Heathcliff almost frying his hand.
전부 채우고.
Like at this one, I'd say just let Don Quixote have a shot at it, just because what's the worst she can do at this point?
돌아가지.
Also, I love the name of this chapter. 3.5-5, a chicken in hand. 3.5-6, a chicken in another hand. Like, whoever names these fucking chapters must have a blast.
먼저 간다.
Also, that one has a chef hat.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가.
거기까지. 그 정도야?
I don't know. When all else fails, become chicken. Heathcliff! My dude! Chicken! You're all fired. Except Ryoshu, she's doing her job.
먼저 간다.
좋아해. 지령에게 불확실한 것은 없네.
If you're wondering why I'm manualing these ones a bit more, it's mostly because of Dawn. She just does more damage if you actually do what she needs to.
Fair.
Like, I have to look for the flower symbol on the enemies.
제거.
I'm just trying to make these go a little bit faster.
어떠냐?
Bang, bang.
미래를 과거와 같이.
For some reason, these chickens are very fast. Like, you actually...
Harry, I know you've seen chickens before, IRL.
Dark, I want you to look at these naked-ass chickens. And tell me how.
Chickens are fast. First off. Second off, these things move like head crabs. Third is rule of funny.
그 뜻을 해금하겠네. 순식간에 끝내죠.
위험 요소 제거.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 애를 전부 채우고
Good time to get a level up.
방지할
Iron
사고도
Chicken Chef.
해야 할 뒤처리도 없나. 채워지지 않을
Do you
공허를
like your chicken made of
남겨주지.
iron? Do you like your
Oh,
chefs
no.
made of chicken?
No and no. I mean, maybe it's like an Animal Crossing character who's a chef.
There is one, but he's a turkey.
Close enough.
Can anyone tell me what this food is meant to be?
한수나오
It is quite simple.
관리자나리.
Manager Esquire, it's not chocolate such a delicacy. Thus, we put it in the cooking.
그리고
Next, I utilize oranges as a substitute for potatoes, for I much dislike the tuber.
뭐? 누구 마음대로
What?
감자를 빼냐?
Who do you,
Potatoes?
새끼네.
who do you think you ought to take spots out like that? You're a right baffling bird. Okay. But why is the chicken so brutally torn to bits? It was customary in our town to rip chickens into bite-sized pieces using one's hands. It was a treat to remember. And what's this black thing? Why is a lump of coal in the pan?
내가 가만 보니까 입도
Complaining an awful lot for a mapless cuss. Do you even know how to eat this stuff?
Eating what? We're not a steam locomotive, Heathcliff.
We might be. We don't know what powers the flame. Either way, not good. The chickens rushed at us under the distorted restaurant owner's short yet decisive order. Fucking whatever the hell Don Quixote made. She substituted potatoes with oranges and there's chocolate. This is supposed to be fried
Was
chicken.
she trying to cook curry?
Probably not. You also wouldn't put oranges in curry.
Or, I know, like, like, curry, duck l'orange, orange chicken, just like, my head hurts too much for this.
Welcome to trying to figure out what the hell Don Quixote did. Why is all of these chickens targeting Gregor?
지령에게 불확실한
사고될
것은 없네.
시간이다. 잔 위에
Don Quixote, please do not force me enough to put you in the mystery food tier.
I think all of the sinners are currently there. Ah.
Sorry.
먼저 간다.
Like, I think as of current status, all of the sinners are currently mystery food here. Because Gregor's was likened to trash. Like, literally likened to trash. Ryoshu's is Poultry Apocalypse. And then Dawn... We don't know what Dawn's done. We just know that it is really hard to explain. Ishmael! chicken.
Okay, I guess here's the question. Who is the least bad cook?
From what we gather from this chapter specifically, Otis.
먼저 간다.
Like, out of all of the sinners, Otis. And then second, Myrrh. And the thing is with Myrrh is that it's...
그 정도인가?
Like, Myrrh's cooking is described as serviceable. Like, it's good, but it's like
먼저 간다.
mechanically bland. Like,
It's edible.
yeah, like, it's edible, it's just not very good. Like, it just lacks
So
a
it's like
certain...
going to McDonald's, basically.
No!
태어난
Like-
곳은
When we get to it, you'll actually understand the description given to Myrrh's cooking.
So is Otis's actual gourmet?
Hers is considered actually good.
쉽네.
It's just kind of a case of we don't know Rodian's, Faust,
위험 요소.
Ishmael, or Honglu, because Honglu doesn't make any attempts. Faust and Rodian also kind of sit on the
Do you
sidelines.
really think Hong Lu has ever cooked a day in his life?
Exactly. Like, I think that's why he's not doing anything, because he knows that he has no idea what's going on. Anyway.
아니, 이게 어떻게 된
Hey,
거예요?
what kind of foul trickery is this? The never has gone down whilst the judge has yet to even touch his dish. He says it's not even worth evaluating, since what you said of it scared away his appetite.
주인이 뱉었던
That's a
어부절
few more
얘기에도
syllables than what the owner
해서
spoke, isn't it?
벌써
I have her ideas. May this rejection be revoked.
Hold it. Let me ask you guys this first. Have any of you even tasted this thing? You can't just feed others things you haven't tried yourselves. We're trying to please someone here. Ugh,
이 자식.
Clockface got a point, I have to admit.
누가
Who wants to try
That is a
this?
rule of being a chef. You always, I think, check your food before you actually send it out.
It's kind of a case of that you have to at least kind of understand what it should taste like. The tension was thicker than when we were preparing for battle. I urge you not to look at me with such eyes.
이한 몸.
Permit me. If my sacrifice helps to unfurl the wickedness of the world.
Don Quixote shut her eyes tight.
젠장
Whoa,
아무나 좀
someone just get the
먹어라
damn stuff in their jaw! Heathcliff grabbed a lump of the serving and shoved it into the nearest person's mouth. I had to prepare myself for this.
Well, dun 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 dun.
Marceau stood completely still at the unexpected taste test. Did that kill him on the spot?
I swear upon mine honor that I have done nothing to cause troubles this time. If Sir Vigilius is ever to ask who was responsible.
Marceau turned to Heathcliff. Very slowly. The...
뭐
what?
전반적으로 간이 잘못되었다.
The dressing is erroneous overall. Failure to properly cook the chicken has resulted in residual stench of blood and other unpleasant odors. The sauce is too thick to bring out a deep flavor. The inconsistent cuts of the meat contribute to the serving's inability to rouse one's
Oh my
appetite.
god. Is that the most he's ever spoken
쳤어?
throughout the entirety of this? Not just up to now, like, period?
This one half chapter has Marceau speak more than he did in the entirety of both chapters 1 and 2. What? Have you?
Just literally, I cannot maintain the stoke.
Just wait. What? Have you gone loony? But what do you have to say?
아니,
No,
끝이야.
I have not finished. The seasons and spices are a complete disaster, and the taste in my mouth is even worse than plastic. Lacking sugar, you toss 2.5 spoons of butter, and the end result is simply raw and belongs right in the gutter.
Oh, I am quite sorry.
He is pissed.
Isong, I must ask if you aim to throw my teeth and prong my tongue by cooking wrong, seeing as this place has strong lens to ding-dong notions of what food is to you all along. I have not one excuse. One bloody moment. Is he possessed by something? Most people were unable to accept my point when I elaborated on my statements in detail. Because of that, I have not bothered to expand upon them until now. Additionally,
I know. Why don't we let Marcel take charge this time?
Hong Lu diffusing the situation. So, I have to kind of explain this because I obviously kind of motor-mouthed it. To give context of what the hell Merceau is going on with, you kind of notice in the English version of the dialogue, he's kind of rhyming with himself. Like, back when this chapter first released, a lot of jokes were being made of Merceau has turned into a rap god. Not without its merit, of course, because you can hear him basically motor-mouthing this. But the main thing I have to bring up is when he specifically points at Isang. This is a case of lost in translation due to it being hard to translate. In the original Korean audio, you can hear him using Isang's name quite a bit. He is literally insulting this man with his own name. That is how pissed off Merceau is that he is literally insulting a man with his own name and his own gimmick. Because Isang loves using his own name in its various incarnations, due to it being a homophone with various words. Merceau basically turned the tides on him. That is why he specifically points out Isang, and his only response is, I have no excuse. But fucking Hong Lu diffusing the situation. Like, you know shit's bad when Hong Lu is like, you know what, I have an idea! Hong Lu swiftly made a suggestion with a shower of claps to break the frigid tension before his turn to be condemned came around.
We'll help you with everything you need.
I do not prefer to have assistants around.
Fret not, we shan't disappoint you.
Don Quixote bravely exclaimed, rolling up her sleeves. Cooking is not my specialty, but if you so insist, I will readily attempt it.
Let's have a look at Ryoshu's team then.
While there was a spectacle occurring on Gregor's team, the air had grown tense amongst Ryoshu's crew.
But how in the wing's names am I supposed to make food that's both salty and clean, sweet but not too sugary, and lightly cooked, but somehow also crispy?
Sinclair yelled, throwing the apron he had been wearing to the floor.
I can't do this anymore. I guess Ishmael was right. Beating Heathcliff in arm wrestling is going to be easier than this.
That was a joke.
Statistically speaking, it is as likely as Sinclair's height increasing by 5 centimeters in just 1 week. In other words, a nigh impossible— Shut up already! It's all the same.
How weak. You cannot withstand a few criticisms and come whining like the pathetic soldier you are.
If you're so damn darn sure of yourself, Otis, why didn't you do it yourself then?
As courageous as his rebuttal was, his eyes were shut tight. You leave me no choice.
Oh shit, sorry.
Out of my way, stragglers. It's about time someone led this troop. I love how she just randomly puts on the fucking cooking bandana. In a series of turbulent events I didn't fully catch, Merceau took up Gregor's culinary antennae and took Blanche. The kitchen grew busy as Gregor's sinners moved according to Merceau's order.
Behold, myself, and I carved this one into the adorable shape of a star.
감자는 정사각.
Potatoes should be cut into square pieces so they may be evenly cooked on all sides.
Nevertheless,
정사각형.
Square shapes,
5cm.
5 centimeters. Marceau looked more charismatic than ever with the mantle of head chef upon his shoulders. Yeah, whatever. Chicken's a chicken, it can only be so special. Who knows? That lost recipe of his might have been all superficial stuff like 1 spoonful of earnestness and 3 cups and 3 scoops of effort, eh?
oh, so this is how you cook potatoes.
설마
What the? You thought they harvested baked potatoes out in the fields?
You're taking me for a fool, aren't you? Obviously, ripe potatoes fall from their trees when the time is right. I was just kidding, Heathcliff. What are you planning on doing with that tenderizer?
감자의 말갛게 꽃이 피었어.
The serene flower has blossomed on this yam.
튀우는구려.
So a bud can indeed bloom even upon this barren ground.
독이 있다는
That is a sign that the potato is poisonous. It must be disposed of immediately. Don Quixote. Confiscated.
Righty-ho!
아니래요.
Oh, please do not do such.
탄 것은 탄 것대로
Burnt
의미가
things
있어.
are significant in their own ways.
인간들이 정의하는
In truth, the state of being burnt may as well be an imaginary concept defined by man when the essence of an object has remained unchanged.
고온의 장식을
Burnt
줄이되
refers to the condition in which a food item is discolored beyond a certain degree. It produces an acrid smell after prolonged exposure to high heat.
그리고 이것은
It is one has burnt to its core.
장기적
It is only right to discard it as long-term consumption of burnt food can negatively impact the body. How
섭섭하오.
regrettable. I will say my favorite part of this is just Hong Lu trying to pull Heathcliff's leg, and Heathcliff just getting pissed. And just like, what are you gonna do with that tenderizer? Just like, Hong Lu, that is going straight into your face. Like, as I've gone through this, Hong Lu is, like, he slowly, like, became more endearing to me because I realized how much of his, quote, stupidity is him just doing that on
Being
purpose.
sassy.
It's not him being sassy, it's just like he's trying to be playful. It's just that due to the way he was raised, he's not exactly sure how to be playful with someone like Heathcliff. Because like they're from vastly different sides of the spectrum. So it's like he was kind of trying to like play along with Heathcliff being like, what, you thought they harvested fully baked potatoes in the fields? No, they fall from the trees. Like, he was trying to play along. But, like, Heathcliff just took that of, oh, you're really stupid. Marceau became a ruthless chef, while his song remained mostly unhelped. Heathcliff was peeling ingredients at a surprisingly brisk pace.
말 걸지 마.
Don't gab at me, it'll ruin my focus.
칼 따위나 사치.
Knives are a luxury. A real papa could peel any spot with nothing more than a metal spoon.
모든 합격이다.
This gets a pass. You are rewarded extra points for expertise displayed in your slant strokes. That's class. Fucking Heathcliff's peeling potatoes with a spoon. And doing it better than if he had a knife.
You do good work. Fuck yeah!
Basically. Watch closely. You need to employ a wide variety of ingredients. Being a picky eater is what stunted your growth. I can still get taller from here. I think.
Spoilers. You can indeed get taller.
Also, an unbalanced diet is the reason why your hair is turned all gray. Most has always had. Your hands in particular have become coarse and rough for the same reason. Excuse me? This is because of all the work I did aboard the ship. Me next up this. What about me? What's the diagnosis? Don't yell frivolously like that. You're being a distraction. I love that she basically has nothing else to say to Rodian other than shut up. Like she can insult everyone else, but Rodian is just shut up.
You're short. You're graying. Your hands are calloused. You're sexy. Shut up.
Kind of. Just it's like, you're short, you're gray, and you got calloused hands. What about me? Shut up. Like, it's not even an insult, that's just shut up. She didn't even have anything to say to Ryoshu. But to be fair, Ryoshu kept her mouth shut.
You look like you should be modeling Victoria's Secret, not fighting whatever the fuck we fight. Is that a compliment or an insult?
Shut up! Master Chicken Chef. We went from Iron Chef to Master Chef. Chickens!
Chicken, Daddy!
My first joke was gonna be, Chickens, Greg!
I saw something extremely cursed earlier in Victoria's server. It was a face swap of Eddie and Mr. Krabs.
God.
It was as bad as it sounds.
I would imagine, sir. I forgot the main reason why the chickens are annoying, and it's because they do passive sanity damage at the end of the turn. So, like, if your centers aren't getting high in their sanity from clashing, they're just gonna keep getting worse and worse at the fight. That's why kind of Heathcliff's lagging behind. And then there's Don Quixote. Ryoshu over here just shooting everything like a goddamn cowboy. You know, I'm reminded that this was kind of around the time point that I had drawn the really dumb thing of all of the sinners hanging out at like a hot spring. And the main joke of it was that all of the boys were actually remarkably chill, and it was the girls that were causing a ruckus. You know, kind of the inverse of the usual. Because it's like...
I mean, given the personalities, that's not shocking.
Like, you separate Heathcliff and Ishmael, and, like, they're gonna be chill.
Otis, probably fine. Ishmael, probably fine.
The main thing of the picture was that, like, there was never any context, but it's like, for some reason, Ryoshu and Ishmael were getting in a spat, and, like, were throwing things. Otis was about to take action, Valis was just chilling, and Rodian was trying to stop Dawn because Dawn was peeping in on the boys. Meanwhile, on the boys' side, you have Mur just chilling, you have Yisong literally reading a book, you have Hong Lu trying to help Greg with his hair, and Heathcliff is just standing there, casually, judging Yisong, and Sinclair is having a panic attack.
Why is he panicking?
Because he is very scrawny compared to Heathcliff and Merceau. So it's kind of a case of, is he having a bisexual awakening, or is he just lamenting the fact that he's built like a twig?
Well, I can definitely relate to the latter of those.
Restaurateurs mild fathoms.
The last part.
Yep. This is technically the last part of the story.
Okay, in that case, I guess I can stay up a tiny bit longer.
Yeah. Alright. You know we only have 2 chances left, right, Dean? How about we start with Merceau's, made by following the formula to a T. Prepared with pinpoint precision, Merceau's dish looked like a picture in a cookbook come to life. Right. We have something that looks like an actual serving. So that's a good start. After having a taste of Merceau's work, the restaurant owner quietly savored it, contemplating for a while. I had to ruminate on this dish for a long time. It was an excellent serving in all tangible ways. The smell, the taste, the presentation. Yet I felt I was still missing something I couldn't quite describe with words. And that was professionalism as a cook, an ironic smidgen of a blemish within perfection. That is why this dish cannot get a pass, unfortunately. He suddenly started sounding like a posh judge. Someone took the mask off the blighter's head. The only thing to stomp about him might be his crooked attitude. Jamais monsieur. I believe that means more or less, I have failed. So basically, Merceau's is just so mechanically perfect that, like, it's just okay. Like, you kind of need... You need to make a mistake somewhere in there, and Merceau is just mechanically, robotically precise. That is his problem.
He didn't get 100%, he got 150%, which it's...
Technically worse.
It's literally task failed successfully.
Yeah, he technically task failed successfully. Like, it tastes alright. But it would be like...
There's no motion.
Yeah.
There's no soul behind it.
Yeah, and more or less, what Mur is saying
No
is...
passion.
Yeah, Mur's, statement there is, I admit defeat. Like he's just saying, I failed. Nevertheless, I hold no regrets over this battle. At least the chickens aren't bum rushing us this time. With only one chance left, Otis brought her dish to the table. It looks neat. Nothing too fancy, but still simple and clean. What are these couple of needles in the dish for, Otis? They look like a clock's hands. They are a simple decoration I added in tribute to you, Executive Manager. Ooh. I'd give bonus points if I could. Otis, can you stop licking Dante's boots for 2 minutes?
Yeah. Definitely not going to be able to see the very end of this, but I can at bare minimum see how this part goes.
The comment that followed from the owner was too sensational for me to put into words. You're such a mess. What are you doing with that freaking mask on your head? Back in your mama's day, we grinned and bore all sorts of nonsense. How are you gonna live through this unforgiving world if you get all heartbroken over something so small? Get it together already. My mother was always like that. Rather than kind and caring words, she would scold me with her nitpicky lectures. She was so particular about chicken, too, rarely touching a piece that anybody else would take in a heartbeat. Running this restaurant, I had forgotten something important. Oh, Mother. Now's our chance! The distortion or whatever on him is weakening. Look at this! Some kind of door has appeared next to it. Should we go through it? What made all these dishes stand out anyway? Let us march, soldiers. May we see the end of this. We never actually learned what the hell Otis made. Pretty alright, though. We stand at the entrance of a dungeon of the Fathoms. In an empty space, we find a lone vending machine. Where does it get its power? Besides that, what's with this uncanny
Is this
feeling?
the shrimp vending machine?
No, this is just a vending machine. Standing in front of the vending machine, we see rows of buttons. Burn, rupture, keyword list. I'm gonna go with the burn. Nijio gift drops from the machine with a clunk.
Try pressing the other buttons just in case, but the machine doesn't respond. Still caught in the lingering sense of deja vu, we decide to move on. Dust to dust.
이번에도 치령의 뜻은 본인과 같군.
먼저 간다.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가.
거기까지.
I will definitely try to rush through this because
그 정도인가?
I think most of this is just battles. It is only the very beginning and the very end that actually have story points in this.
I mean, I have worked around and I've got a pounding headache, so I unfortunately I still have to bounce.
That's fair.
Well, you have a good night.
You should at least definitely check the VOD at the end so you actually see what the fucking ending to this is like. Because it also gives some lead into Kanto 4.
Which that one is
Isang.
who's okay. I thought.
That's why he's getting a weird bit of focus here. Oh yeah, this. I'm just gonna go through this real quick. Some folks are blocking the way. They're sitting on a deck, yelling at each other. Look at this succulent piece. The rich juice running down the fibers of luscious meat. This is what chicken is about. Wrong. This piece has a clean taste, with not an ounce of grease taste tainting the tongue. This is the real deal. The two turn around at the same time to face you. You there. Tell us which is better. The breast, of course, unsullied and spotless. The drumsticks, all rich and juicy, or chicken's chicken.
Drumsticks. Drumsticks. I'm a drumsticks man.
I mean, I'm definitely more drumsticks, but chicken's chicken. Duh. That's true. An irrefutable point. They lower their hands and settle down. What a strange thing we were fighting over. They're right. The one truth is that chicken is always right. After a passionate handshake, the two gave you their bucket of chicken. A wise gourmet such as yourself deserves both pieces. Please, take this. We insist.
But yeah, that is probably the best answer, and I definitely agree with that. But
이번에도
also on that note,
You have a good one. I'm gonna finish this
Sweet.
off.
내 뒤로.
필연적 절대적 결정 해동 좋아 지령에게 불확실한
사고될
것은 없는
시간이다. 잔무에
거기까지. 그 정도인가?
Nice.
운명적인 죽음일세.
A bright spotlight shines on a portion of the noisy area. It seems as though the chickens are attending a ball? That's the tango. Looking at their movements, which might be a dance or a tussle. You notice sauce leaking from one of them. Doesn't seem to be aware of this. Alerted truthfully. Heed me! Heed me! Sauce is leaking from thy body! Don't shout it that loud, you dummy! Notified of its leakage, the chicken quickly ran its wings over its back, or what appeared to be its back, rather. Sadly, the knot had loosened its stitching. Does it mean it can't do it on its own? Approaching with a trail of sauce dripping behind, it held some thread and a needle in its hands, or wings. Does it want you to stitch its back? The chicken holding some stitching supplies, and pleased with chicky eyes. Someone has to do this. Those eyes cannot be ignored. Who has the hands for this task? Oh jeez, none of you. Oh. You smell just straight up can't. You straight up can't. Heathcliff? Nice. Heathcliff hesitantly stepped forward. Taking the needle and thread, the sinner sat behind the chicken. With an awkward but careful hands, it began to stitch the seam with standard method. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to feel the pain of the needle. Once the sewing was done, it hopped into Heathcliff's lap as if to thank. It hopped into Heathcliff's lap as if to thank him. Heathcliff was pleasantly perplexed. What's with that problem? I'm the one who dealt with it. Bit of an odd gift since it's bleed, and I don't really have bleed, but you know. I love the fucking chicken tango event, it's so weird.
순식간에 끝내죠.
그 정도인가?
Heathcliff. Chicken.
내 뒤로. 위험 요소 제거.
Thank you, Ryushi.
좋아해. 이번에도 치령의 뜻은 본인과 같군.
Chicken.
내 뒤로.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가.
그 정도인가?
순식간에 끝내죠. 정해진 운명이라네.
Alright. The fun part.
없어. 바로 간다.
Papa Bongi. I'm having visions I've never seen before. These must be his memories.
충격을 받아서
It might be recollections that he partially had lost due to the shock. Ah, I finally found it. I thought he'd keep his top secret recipe locked up tight and away. He was using it as a trivia to eat ramen. Is that my restaurant's recipe? How'd you get your hands on it? I sent a spy. You think a part-timer willing to come in an hour early to help with prep on minimum wage would actually exist? What? Why would you? I have no choice. If I don't meet the quota HQ demands of me, my restaurant will be shut down. The recipe's still in my head. 2 spoons of sugar, 1/2 spoon of soy sauce, then add minced garlic. It's no use. I'll have it burnt in the concept incinerator. Any trace of the recipe will be gone, including the memories in your head. 2 spoons of sugar, 1/2 spoons of soy sauce. Like I said, you should have shut down your restaurant when I warned you. No, was it sugar? I can't remember a thing. I never liked that pest. Knew he was rotten from all the Aesop signs plastered over his walls. If it was put in the concept incinerator, that recipe is as good as gone.
개념 소각기가 뭐?
What's a concept incinerator?
아니야.
Never mind, Ishmael. Your face tells me I don't want to ask about it. Pardon?
개념 소각기라 한다면
concept incinerator.
기술을 영구 소멸할 수
It
있는
is a
대표적인
trusted
기술이야.
method of permanently erasing a technology.
이를테면
For instance,
파우스트 양이
it has the ability to make it as if Miss Faust never invented Mephistopheles.
시간이 되돌아가는 건가요?
Does it turn things back in time?
아니요.
No,
그저
not quite.
머릿속에서 없던
It
일이
is simply is oblivionized, as though the brain had never conceived it.
기술과
Any
관련된
documentation,
모든 문서,
photography,
사진,
the tiniest bits and parts of its composition,
파우스트 양의 기억
and even Miss Faust's own memories will be dimmed and obliterated. The effectiveness and range of the incineration will depend on the price of the product. It's true. I can't remember the marinade was based on pepper or soy sauce. How much sugar or salt I should put. Nothing's left in my head. None of my customers can remember how it tasted. There's no use in trying at this point. It's all useless.
마음부터 물러가셨군.
You're soft-hearted. Umbongs, you should do away with that tacky name and give your restaurant a better title. Umbong is my mother's name. Oh.
말 너무 심.
TWH. I suppose tacky can also mean a friendly warmth.
문제는
The problem is that you're weak-willed. Just, why are you so eager to start fights?
자, 그 글러먹은 태도를 고치자.
Come, I will fix that helpless attitude of yours. Otis with the sick burn. Fight, fight, fight. Chicken.
내 뒤로. 그 정도인가?
Chicky, 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 chicky. Ow.
결정, 해분, 초월. 지령에게 불확실한 것은 없네.
Eesh. Oh, Greg doesn't have right. Paralyzed goes away at the end. Sorry, right.
잔무에
Yeah, the paralyzed status is so weird.
운명적인 죽음일세. 미래를 과거와 같이.
내 뒤로.
There we go.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
And that's Papa Wongi. Victory.
치킨을 튀기면서
Running this chicken joint. I had forgotten something important. That's right. The chicken I wanted to cook. Or something that even my mother could enjoy. Something to please your extremely particular palate. No. Wait. I knew all along. The real reason Mama wouldn't eat chicken. Because we couldn't afford to feed the whole family. That's why we always had a stash of coupons at home. 10 of them could be exchanged for a free chicken. My mother would keep collecting them for me. You did all that to feed me a chicken you wouldn't eat. These are pizza coupons.
엄마는
Son, your mama.
치킨보단
She liked
피자파야.
pizza better.
정신이
My head. He's gone back to normal. That was a sound plan. The carrot and stick approach. It's an effective tactic often employed in military operations.
그게 작전이었나요?
That was a plan? I don't see how it was any different from your usually bawling out and striking first. It was subtle, and this strapping young lad caught my hint and followed well. Thank you, Captain Otis. You almost called him rookie, didn't you?
감사합니다.
I can't thank you enough.
출발을 할 수 있을 것
I think I'm ready to start anew.
중요한 건
Wasn't the recipe I needed. As long as I remember to cook from the heart for those I care about.
설사 그 형태가
Even if it comes in the shape of a pizza.
정성만
I know my customers will still appreciate their earnest servings.
어이, 저
Oi,
치킨집에서
your rival
문제는
promised us a
이용권을
lifetime
준다고
voucher for
했단
free
말이야.
chicken.
어쩔
What do you
거야?
have?
나
Oi,
지금쯤이면 닭다리를
thought I'd be
종류별로
stuffing my
뜯을
face
줄
with
알았어.
drumsticks of countless flavors by now.
큰건
It's
아니지만
nothing much,
이걸
but
받아주세요.
please, take this. The owner of Limbus gave us a wrapped up box.
가게에 단 하나밖에
It's
없는
an invaluable treasure of mine.
물입니다.
There's nothing else like it.
하나밖에 없는 걸
Could we accept such a rarity from thee?
되겠는가?
여러분이 아니었다면
I wouldn't have been able to reopen my
다시
restaurant
열지도
without your help.
못했을
So I
테니까
insist.
보답이라고 생각해주세요.
Please take it as your reward.
그렇게 해서 뒤틀림도 해결하고
And thus we had resolved the distortion and claimed our spoils. Pray tell, are you perhaps speechless with astonishment at the glory of our tale?
우리들은 음봉내로 향했다네부터
We then embarked to Unbong's was where I tuned out.
처음부터
Mean to have heard nary a word.
어차피 파우스트가
Why should I bother listening to your embellished drivel when Faust's report will fill me in on all the details I need?
그쪽은 신경 끄고 동키.
Come now, Donkey. Mother's sour balls and gather round so we can open the box.
뭐가 들어있을까?
I wonder what's inside. Surrounded by sinners full of anticipation, the lid was lifted.
단 하나밖에 없는 마스코트
Meet Bungie, the one and only doll of our mascot. I made it hoping it'd see use one day, but I'm glad to be giving it as a gift of gratitude.
아니야.
No way. That can't be it. Maybe he hid something in the plush's belly. He didn't seem like the kind of person to do that.
처치곤란해서 우리한테
Was probably trying to get rid of it and we were there to take it, huh?
그 소각기인가
Let's
뭔가에
toss this thing out the considerator. A hand gently tugged at the doll. A hand gently tugged at the doll Heathcliff had gripped with ferocious rage.
가로는
Caron likes this passenger.
대체 어디가 마음에 든다는
What's there to like about?
말고는
It's got
아무것도 갖고
eyes
있지 않잖아.
and nothing else.
그게 좋아.
It's nice.
그래 그럼 된 거지
Alright, that's that.
버리지 마
Keep the doll.
눈 말고 아무것도
That is an incorrect assessment as the doll has a torso and limbs. Just like that, the chicken plushie we got instead of free food for life earned its seat on the bus.
네 동랑소장 뒤틀림은 무사히
Yes, Chief Donald, the distortion has been resolved. I confirmed it with my own eyes.
처음엔 조금 믿음지 못해 보였는데
They did seem somewhat unreliable at first, yes. But I believe it should be okay to speak with them. Yes, I'll bring them over now.
이제 어떡하죠?
Oh, what now of all things?
전 주어가
I
빠진 문장을
dislike sentences that lack a subject.
저 식당이 문을 다시 열면
Once that restaurant reopens, we'll lose our customers.
아이, 그럼 할
Then I'll miss the
거
quota and
훔친 레시피를
you should have started looking for a way to live the moment you put the stolen recipe in a concept incinerator.
도둑질을 하려거든
Haven't you ever heard the saying, if you rob a house, make sure the homeowner never realizes it?
그런 건
I don't know anything about...
모르.
I didn't...
네 제가
Yes,
방금
of course you
만든
would.
말이거든요.
I just made that up.
기억하세요
Remember it well next time.
그럼 이만
I'll see you around.
손님들 맞을 준비를
I have visitors that need greeting.
And before long, we were dragged into a mess of unprecedented scale. So, now that I'm going through this, I am having the realization that Otis probably made a fucking pizza.
뭐처럼 괜찮은
And just
예시를
decorated it
내가
like Dante.
벌써 목 애를 전부 채웠군.
Alright, so we'll probably start next session with the mini-sodes, because these are actually kind of important for contextual stuff. Because I have unlocked the Dante's Notes, which are fun little things that are basically more or less a glossary of information that more or less detail like Dante's feelings of things and also further clarify certain terminology that appears in the city for players that are not used to the setting. But with that, I'm not used to the UI change, I will admit. Let me pop into Hell's Chicken one more time to pick up my... Right. I would have to do that. We'll worry about that some other point.
피가 추적추적 내리는
Ah! Dead Rabbit's Myrrh.
찾아올 줄은 몰랐.
Not a bad myrrh, if I remember correctly. But, with all of that taken into consideration, I am going to more or less just kind of close it off here. I will try and be back on Wednesday with more Persona 5, whether or not my computer enjoys that. But, with all of that taken into consideration, I do hope you enjoyed the shenanigans we've had tonight between Walpurgis and an actual Hell's Chicken, because it is kind of funny just in a general sense of that this is one of the silliest chapters in the entire game. There's a little bit of silliness layered down the line, but obviously the game is very serious, it's very mature. But with that in mind, I'm going to set off a raid to Alita, who is currently playing Super Mario 64, but it seems to be some sort of ROM hack or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but basically it's for Miku Day. So I hope y'all enjoy the stream. I will be back on Wednesday, and we will see you all then. But until then, bye!